My ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome to the Hermit's Cave. Welcome to Cuppa Catch Up and Cards. It's been 3 weeks, I think, since we last did a Cuppa Catch Up and Cards. It seems like forever ago. I'll just pop open the chat because obviously last week was the lovely catch up that I had with Jilly over at Little Zen Crone. And the week before, I did a catching up with Jess from Stella Rain Dancer. So yeah, but I don't feel like I've kind of missed out having a catch up and a chat because we've had our quarantine streams as well, haven't we? So let's have a look who we've got in before we kick off then. So Karen is our first one, Karen Mully, and we're keen. And then we've got Jilly. Hi, Jilly. She's saying that iced coffee. Wow. Mine's hazelnut coffee today. I've got hazelnut coffee, which is really lovely. And then people are talking to Caroline, but I can't see her yet. Oh, she's further down. Jilly, Stephanie, Karen. Sometimes when people come in early, they don't appear in the comments, which is annoying. So if I scroll right to the top, you'll see the first comment that is showing is Karen, but she might not have been necessarily the first person in the room. Anyway, we've got Mojo Buddha. Afternoon, Mojo Buddha. New channel name or new here. Don't remember seeing you before, but welcome. We have Eternal Cycles Tarot by Kate, Stephanie, Sandra, Soul Shadow. We've got Nicole. We have Elle, Oi Oi Elle, Debbie, Starshine, Eternal. Oh, I've said that. Kate, Naomi, Celia. Stray Cat, Book White, hello Karen, Thought Thingy, another Karen, Jackie, hello Jackie, Tycon, and who else have we got? The Crone's Intuition, we have Juliet, and wow, we've already got 75 people in here. This might take a while. We've got Robin, Celia, Chris, Ness, hello Ness, Thought Thingy, Zane, Chelsea, Jen, wow, you made it in time from the shower, that's impressive. Wiccan, hello, and oh, Patrick, hello Patrick, good to see you, how are you doing? Always a really nice surprise when Patrick, who's really busy, gets to join us. So great to see you, Patrick. And Lily Bunny Hop, El Wasson, Maharet, Amber, Vincent, Patrice, Ness, Annie, Merrick, Celia. I think I might have said you already, but it's fine to welcome you again. Who else? You're a chatty lot. I can't keep up. Christine. Hello, Christine. Carmen. Susie. Lena. Heidi. Kim. Oh my goodness. Stray Cat. Satya. Priyanka. Sybil or Sibyl. Nicole. It's because you're all saying hello to each other. Justin, Crystal. I think I've caught up with everybody. AR, hello, Shay. And yes, I caught up. So, welcome. It's lovely to see so many people here. I'm not sure I'm actually in shot properly. Let's alter the camera a little bit. Let's get it right. So how are we doing? I haven't put a light on either. It's a cloudy day today. We've had rain and showers and things like that, but How's everybody doing? So what you've got for Cuppa before we start? Let's do the Cuppa bit of Cuppa Ketchup and Cards. So as I said, I've got hazelnut coffee. I don't have it very often because it's not caffeine free, and I drink caffeine free 99% of the time. I think the last time I had a hazelnut coffee might have been on the last Cuppa Ketchup and Cards a couple of weeks ago, or one of the interviews. Hi, Lucian. Oh yes, it's Zane's birthday today. I saw that when I woke up this morning. So I sent him a happy birthday message. Oh, we've got Elaine here as well. Elaine's got herbal tea. That's nice. And Elaine, I loved your video. I think it was called Taro Tea and Tats, or some combination of the three. But yeah, so it's quite apt that you're drinking tea. But it was really lovely to sit with you this morning, late morning, after I got back from doing all the weekly shopping and everything, to sit and watch your talk about your tarot journey, the history behind your tattoos, and your love of teas. It was really nice. So, salted caramel coffee. Wow, Crohn's Intuition, that sounds really nice. Chris has got filter coffee. Needed an energy boost as feeling quite sleepy today. Yeah, I get that. I was talking to a friend earlier and I was yawning constantly. Mind, we both were, because it's infectious, isn't it? When one person yawns, everybody else does. Stray Cat has received the second edition of the Star Tarot, and I'm really pleased. Larger art images, gorgeous matte rose petal cardstock, super nice box, and fabulous guidebook. I know, I really want to get the Star Tarot. I don't think it's out in the UK yet. I don't think. But that is one I definitely want to get. I've got the original Star Tarot, which is down here. And I really like it. And it's got a really nice book. I think the images are beautiful. I mean, look at the inside of the cover. Isn't that gorgeous? It's got a nice book. It's black and white. So I'm not sure if the new version is colour. I would have hoped so. But they were huge because it's Schiffer, isn't it? Is it? Yeah, red feather, part of Schiffer. So I did end up taking those huge borders off, and it's a nice size deck now. But I love the new version of it. Really nice. I've only ever seen one walkthrough, and I was like, yes. I mean, we reviewed it. Well, no, we didn't review it. We discussed it on the Tarot Times channel when we was talking about upcoming decks. And at first I was thinking, well, I don't use this one enough to warrant getting a second edition. But having now seen it, isn't it always the way? I'm kind of like, actually I do like it. So, I received, so seeing that one. Tarzo Zen Tea, that sounds nice. People still saying happy birthday to Zane. Oh, Heidi got the Star Tarot as well. Do you like it? Have you showed it yet, Heidi, on your channel? I don't remember seeing. I'm just drinking plain old iced 8 o'clock, but it's delicious. What's 8 o'clock, Julie? Is that the brand? And is that 8 o'clock because it's like a breakfast tea, or 8 o'clock in the evening, like we have after 8 mints for having after 8 o'clock at night, after your evening meal? Black coffee for Jackie. The book has colour images and the cards have new back designs, yeah, and new front designs with those awful borders gone. So yeah, I might get it. I might. I need to find out when it's being released over here though, because 1st of June, which is only what, a week and a bit now, the mini Everyday Witch is out. Should be. So I kind of want to get that. And I can't remember. I think I did, but you know how you do things. And sometimes, normally, if I get a dispatch, not a dispatch, but if I place an order, you get that sort of thank you for your order. I save them into a folder on my emails called orders, and I can't find it anywhere. But I'm pretty sure I pre-ordered from Book Depository the mini Radiant Wise Spirit. And if Elle's here, she might be able to back me up, because I think I was talking to her at the time, and I'm sure I placed an order, but I can't find any proof that I placed an order. I'm not sure when that one's due out. I don't think it's long. It's the brand coffee. It's yummy. Okay, 8 o'clock. And reorganising my Trionfi della Luna Paradoxical Black. Reorganising my Trionfi della Luna Paradoxical Black in order to compare them with the Paradoxical Rose. Paradoxical Black? I didn't know there was a Paradoxical Black. Yep, you did. Oh, so I did order it. I knew you'd know, because I remember talking to you at the time. Yes, a lot of mini decks are out on the 1st of June in the UK. I know Sandra's done a lot of research, obviously, for the Tarot Times. So was the Radiant Wise one of them, Sandra? Do you remember? I'm waiting for Dust to Onyx Travel Edition and the Modern Seer Tarot. Wow, there's going to be a Dust to Onyx Travel Edition. Okay. So, channel shout out time, because I've not been able to do this. And I thought to myself, well, being as it's 3 weeks since I last did a Cuppa catch-up and cards, I'll shout out 3 new channels that I'm aware of. If you have a new channel too, you can always let us know, or you can let me know, and I'm happy to do shout outs. But the first channel that I want to give a shout out to is Jonathan Daly. Jonathan is very much known in our community. He's been chatting for quite some time in my chats and in Becca's chats. And, you know, he started off very tentatively with his hands, and now in the last week he started showing his face, and it's a really nice channel. So thank you, Elle. And I was a bit worried because Elle, as you know, is my link goddess. She's always there for me. And our Elle, this was 3:30. I do have permission to share this. I wouldn't do it without. But Jackie, Elle's mum, sent me this. This was our Elle 15 minutes before I was like, I've got 15 minutes till I'm going live. Just look at her. Fast asleep at 3:30 in the afternoon. Doesn't she melt your heart? Isn't she adorable? You sod. So I said to Jackie, I said, shall I share that? And she's like, yeah, go on. I said, well, I'll be mad at me. Nah, she'll be fine, she said. So Jackie threw you under the bus. So yeah, so I always get in touch with Elle an hour or two before my live and just say, will you be ready with these links? These are the channels I'm going to shout out. And she's always on form. But yeah, 30 minutes before going live, she was fast asleep. She's on US time. Yes. Justin says, Elle, you're my hero. So yeah, so Elle has shared the link to Jonathan's channel. Do check him out. Brand new, give him our love and support. The second one I want to give a shout out to is Blue Crescent Tarot. I think and you know, we talk to hundreds, don't we? You know, there's 110 people in the chat at the minute, but if I remember right, I think before content creating, Blue Crescent Tarot was Blue Crescent Moon. I could be completely wrong. But Blue Crescent Tarot has got about 3 or 4 up now and started just over a week ago. And I'm really enjoying the content. Really, really lovely content. And I'm excited about where that channel is going to go. So also do check out Blue Crescent Tarot. And I know you used to be able to just click on people's names in chat and you could go to their channel and sub. And YouTube's being silly and it's not allowing that at the minute for some reason. Let me try and get that right. I feel like half my face is chopped off. So, yeah, that's why it really helps with Elle putting the links in, so you can just click on it and either copy and paste it for later or quickly sub and come back. And then the third one that I want to shout out is a brand new channel, as in the last 24 hours, and it's our Wiccan 222. And yeah, I did a Facebook, I went into the Facebook live room last night and Wiccan came in, and it was really nice to chat to her, get to meet her and put a face to the name. But they've just started doing content and have got their first video up, and it's a deck I've never seen before about the Maori culture in New Zealand. And Wiccan is from New Zealand, although she spent a lot of time over here as well. So yeah, 3 channels. You are creating content now, yay. Yes, Wiccan started creating content. I don't know if she's here or not, because it looked like you were speaking to her then, but yeah, do check out. So 3 channels that I've discovered recently: Jonathan Daly, Blue Crescent Tarot, and Wiccan 222. So yeah, sub to all 3 channels as well. Brilliant. Thank you, Jackie. And as I said, if you start in a channel and you want a bit of a shout out, because it really is, you know, I was quite fortunate because when I started my channel over 3 years ago, there wasn't a lot of content creators within our community that I was aware of anyway. So it was quite, yes, here, there she is. So it was quite easy to, because I've been chatting for about 6 or 7 months and going into Kelly at the Truth in Stories, Saturday night chats and things like that, I'd already knew quite a few people, so it was quite easy. But, you know, there's a lot of content creators now within our community, so it's nice to give somebody a bit of a shout out and help them on their journey with brand new channels. And that's what we're about as a community, isn't it? It's about, you know, supporting each other and helping each other to grow. Your mugs remind me of wine Portuguese mugs, not tea at all. Really? This one's coffee, but yeah, I got this from Glastonbury, handmade. You've even got a little drop look, which I love that bit. So yeah, it's really beautiful. I love the old stoneware type. Would love a shout out, just hit 101 subscribers. Brilliant. So that tarot lady's just crossed the 100 mark. So that's fab. So I just mentioned about the live chat thing. So today I'm not going to be on for the usual length of time that I'd normally be on for Cuppa Catcher Cards. Normally I'm on for an hour and a half. I thought I'll try and stick to about an hour. If it goes a bit over, that's fine. Because there is a new function, and this isn't going to replace YouTube or anything like that, but there is a new function that's come out this week. So if you have a Facebook group, which I do, the Hermit's Cave Facebook group, you can create a room within the group. And when you go in, if you've been in there before, it tells you, oh, someone's just gone into the room. But not everybody. And I've been inundated with people saying, well, I went into the room, but I was there on my own. We did a bit of a test run last night, just before Becca's chat. So about 8:45 UK time. Myself, Elle and Shane was in there. And we was joined by one person that was quite shy. And I get that, because you're like, what's this? And then you realise you're on camera. Mitchell Osborne came in and said hello. And then Wiccan came in and said hello. So what I'm going to do is, after I end broadcast here, I'm going to go into the Facebook group for the Hermit's Cave. If you're not already a member and you want to, then just request to join now, and I'm sure one of the admin will let you in while we're on live. And we'll have a bit of a test with it and see how it works. I'm not sure, apparently it lets up to 50 people in. That could be very noisy and very busy. But, you know, all those people who say, well, what's the point? I've been in and there's only me there. So if you want to, and you're not too shy, you don't have to say anything, but you will appear on camera once you go in. It's like going into a virtual chat room, but you can see people and talk to them. We will give it, a go and see So that'll be straight after this. Just give me a few minutes to either have a toilet break or refill my coffee cup and whatever, and we'll have a bit of a go in there. And let's see how it works, because it could be, going forward, you know, if I want to do any sort of announcements in there, or do a quick Q&A in there, or discuss something that's a topic that isn't like a YouTube content video, that might be a good option. So we'll give that a bit of a try and see how it works. So that'll be at the end of this. I'll switch over to Facebook and we'll have a chat. And it could just be a chat about anything, you know. I've not planned it. It's just to kind of test it. Any sort of questions or anything like that. What else? Oh yes, so yesterday my Make Playing Cards tins arrived. These only took a month this time, so a little bit better. The last time they took 5 weeks. So they took exactly 4 because I placed them on last payday and they came on this payday, so I knew that was 4. And I've got 2, so these are where I keep my tins. And I've been taking some decks out of the boxes behind. So I think now, because Melissa Zupan has been the person who has been creating the tins and putting the images, not the tins, the design to go on the tins, into files on the Hermit's Cave Facebook group. But I think this time she's had help from Brant over at Moon Baby. But I really like these. So this one, this tin, and these are the ones without the stickers. They're printed directly onto the tin. Whereas I know Christoph James, who does the Raincoast Tarot, uses the stickers. And if you use stickers, then you get to have one on the back. But all those 7 there are printed like this. So this one is for the hoi polloi, and I love it. And if you want this design, then again, just go into the Hermit's Cave Facebook group, go to files, and they're uploaded in there. You just save it to your computer and drag and drop into Make Playing Cards. Thank you, Elle, for putting a link to the Hermit's Cave. So the hoi polloi, and then he did one for university books. So I'm going to put them in. Oh, and I'm wearing shorts. I've never thought that through, did I? Oh, you can't see. That's all right. I don't want to show you my legs. Not a pretty sight. So this is the hoi polloi, which I adore. I think there's 2 designs as well. I think there is a design with a key, if you rather have that as the cover. But I love this. This is from 1973, and it's just gorgeous. So my hoi polloi is going to go in that tin, and they fit really nicely, as you can see. And then, so I need to find an RWS deck to go in there. Then I've got the university books. That's the one with the onk on the back, the pink onk. And the colours of this deck is amazing. Look at the colour of that green. Isn't it just stunning? Really lovely. The blues are lovely and bright. I actually prefer this to the Albano Weight. I think it's really gorgeous. Beautiful deck. Nice vivid colours, nice line work. So that's the one with those backs, and that's from the 1960s, I believe, late 1960s. So that goes in that tin. So I really like these, and they're not expensive either. I think they're about $15. It's about £12 in our money. And And they print beautifully, really lovely. You get this matte finish to them. But they do take a while to come, but they're worth the wait. And you know, if you buy old decks like Hoi Polloi or University Books, sometimes because they're like 50 years old and they come in like a tuck box, they're damaged or they're a bit flimsy. So it's nice to give them something quite sturdy to live in. And with the Hoi Polloi in particular, my box is one of those really tall boxes that just doesn't fit or display nicely on a bookcase. It's thin, but really tall. Stephanie Burrows asked about the cost of tins. Oh yeah, so I thought I'd said. They're about $15. Yeah, which is about £12. I think I did say, but you could have put that before I said it. Yeah, so about £12 English money, sterling, English money. Terrible thing to say. Not just England use sterling. But yeah, about £12 sterling, or $15. And I paid the same price for postage for 2 tins as I would for 1. So much better than tuck boxes. Where can we get the tins? So for make playing cards, they're really easy to do. In fact, Melissa Zupan has I believe, a tutorial how to do it. But also I think Jonathan Daly does as well. I think Jonathan Daly's done a show of how to do it. I seem to remember a male voice as well as Melissa's. But either of them, check it out and it'll show you how to do it. But it's really easy. You just go on there, you search for tarot tins. You could customize, go to customize your own, and you just download your image from Hermit's Cave, save it to your computer, and then you just move it into your MPC, make playing cards, file, and then drag it across, and it does it all for you. If I can work it out, anybody can. So what are your thoughts? Do you like, I mean, a part of me sometimes thinks, well, you know, I like things that are old and authentic, but for me it's all about the cards anyway. And I still keep the boxes on display, but this is a more sort of, I don't know, it's a more sort of, it's a better way to protect them and keep them so that the cards will last even longer. And we hear about, you know, fires and floods, you know, things, this would survive water damage and all that sort of thing. So my old precious decks, I don't know, now that they're in metal, I just feel that they're really safe. And Melissa and Brant, don't they do fantastic jobs in designing the artwork? Somebody above just asked if the tins would hold the Shadowlands tarot. No, they don't. Our L was looking at that and I demonstrated. They're just a little bit too thick. So let me give you an example. I've got my Shadowlands here. So here's the Shadowlands tarot. And they fit in, but as you can see, they're too tall for the tin by about 5 cards. So they would go on, but they're loose. So it doesn't, just not enough. So do be careful, yes, obviously with thick deck, because these cards are really thick cards. They're fantastic. But, you know, I've ordered a Wolfbound Creations bag to put my Shadowlands in anyway, because it's a deck that I'm going to be having out and using at all times. So I wanted a really nice, good quality bag. So I ordered yesterday. And because I've ordered Star Spinner Tarot, because we're going to be reviewing that at the end of June as the Tarot Times, I ordered an extra Wolfbound Creation bag to put that one in. So yeah, and the rest, you know, if I don't like having loads and loads and loads of bags because I get confused as to what's in them. But on my desk here, the tarot decks that I work with the most, I have bags for and now tins for as well. And then these log boxes that you see behind me, those row of 5 log boxes, they've all got my favourite RWS in. So I've got 2 vacant ones now. The only tin I would consider getting now is one for the Golden Rider. And I'd love that design that's on the back of the card, in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. So I instantly know what's, oh no I don't, that's made me look stupid. It's this one, I thought that was the 3rd one. It's those 2 I've emptied. So it's in this one. You know that back? I love that design. It's got to be one of my favourite tarot backs. I love the fact that it's metallic. It actually feels like it's metal. And the beautiful pink in the centre is gorgeous. And I edged it, and I know people are like, oh, you edged an out of print deck. But I love this deck. Absolutely love it. So I wouldn't mind getting a tin for this. So I might have to speak to Melissa or Brant just to see if they've got one, or if they would do one. Because, yeah, just have that design on a tin would be amazing. But at the moment, it's in one of my precious log boxes. I created my own tin covers by taking a picture of the card. It can be done. But I wouldn't know how to get it to the exact size to fit the template in Make Playing Cards. I'm not technically minded or tech savvy in any way. I want that deck so bad. I had 2 and I ended up trading my spare copy to get a Carol Hertzer. And I really wanted the Carol Hertzer. It was the Starlight after I got the Illuminated. And I thought, because I have a backup for all my favourite decks. Monday's Quarren stream is going to be about backup decks and why I have backup decks, and I'll show some. But my favourite decks, I have to have a backup because, you know, I just have to. If I damaged a card or I lost a card or anything like that. So I was really sort of, oh, I'm letting this little baby go. And the lovely thing about the person, I won't name them, but the lovely thing about the person who traded with me for it actually said to me, if ever you want this deck back, get back in touch. You know, so I thought that was lovely, you know, because it wasn't, you know, it's an expensive trade for a Carol Hertzer deck. But there is that option at some point if I ever really wanted to buy it back, and I really appreciated that gesture. So I could never edge any of my decks. My OCD would have me judging the results all the time. Yeah, Stephanie, you just have to, you know, I haven't yet had a bad sort of edging, with the exception of, and I've learned to live with it now, when I first edged the Alchemical Tarot by Robert M. Place, there was a tiny little bit of bleed, tiny. And I was at Kelly Bear's at the time, and she was like, it's fine. And I was like, And then when I did the Tarot des Hautes Arcs, the same thing happened there, but I bought a backup of that of the new design. So it's a chance you take, but, you know, I must have edged, I don't know, 100 of my decks easily. And that's 2 that kind of didn't go exactly to plan, but most people wouldn't even notice looking at them. Where was I? Sorry? Oh, when it came to trading the Golden Rider. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. Love the mug, Simon. Thank you, Lucian. Can't believe you've never seen it before. I've had it for literally 18 months, but I do alternate it. I sometimes drink from the one that Jen bought me, from Jen's Balanced Tarot, with the little crystal in the handle. She's got the same one, you'll see it in her videos. And one of my favourite mugs is this one that I got from Sandra. But there's a little, the handle doesn't sound too sturdy. We don't know why. It doesn't feel like it's taken very well. So I use it on my desk. It's got this beautiful moon gazing hair, but it has all my favourite pens and things in, and my magnifier and my little ruler. So it's perfect for sitting on my desk, and I get to see it all the time. So that lives there. The only edging I botched was the first Shadowscapes tarot. I tried a gold Sharpie. Yeah, you have to be careful with some gold ones as well, because some of them are kind of like paint. They can get very sticky. They take a long time to dry. This one in particular, showed it before. That's kind of like a metallic paint to match the backs, because I put this backing on. I did it when I was at Kelly's. But even now, 2 years on, I don't know if you heard that, I still have to do that before I go to use it, because they still kind of stick together a little bit. It's not as bad, but it takes a while. It's a lot better now, but they do sometimes clump together if you don't do that little bend first. So this is one of Nancy's favourite decks. She showed it on her channel recently. So pop that back there. This reminded me to get my coffee. Yes, Jen. Gotta have coffee in the morning. It was morning for you. I've edged many decks, says Karen. Some didn't go well, blotchy, bit of messiness, and I thought I'd hate that, but I don't seem to mind. And do you know what? I think when it's your deck, you know, I'm very reluctant to modify decks for other people, because what is acceptable to me is acceptable to me. But I'd hate to do it and send it to somebody and think, oh my goodness, they've destroyed my deck. Because we've all got different levels of what we would accept or what we can live with. So, yeah, I'm glad not everybody thinks like that, or else I never would have got started on it if it wasn't for Kelly edging my decks. But she does it with scissors, and she makes an amazing job. Amazing job. Probably the chemicals in the ink messing. Yes, and I remember you telling me, Billy, about the blue in particular. Although my Pagan Otherworld's blue, metallic blue has stopped now. Again, nearly 2 years later, coming off. Lightly dust the talcum powder. That's a good, or fanning powder. Good tip, Jackie. Do you know, Stray Cat? I knew somebody was going to ask me that, what it's called, and it's gone out of my head, because I know like the Soprafina kind of version, and I haven't kept the box for it. It was the one with the awful titles down the side, the green strip. Can somebody help? And I know it's right on the tip of my tongue. And like I said, I only watched Nancy's video on it about a week ago. And she talked about it being her favourite deck. And I said, have you ordered the Il Meneghello version? And I think she just had. So, oh, I nearly had it then. Ancient Italian tarot. Can somebody explain the significance of the moon gazing hare? It's just one of those Celtic kind of symbols, isn't it? The Mad March hare. You know, I've read a lot about moon gazing hares, and even, you know, they live outdoors. They don't burrow like rabbits do. So they live in the tall grass. So, you know, sky at night, they're constantly looking up because they've got tall grass all around them. I don't know if I ever showed you my favourite. This was from Glastonbury, and Giselle and Keith. I saw this at a craft fair, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. And it was so expensive, and they bought it for me. And I was just completely blown away. It was the first day I met them and everything. You know Giselle from Mad Witch? Let me show you. You will have seen it before when I came back from Glastonbury. But look at this, it is huge. And it is done, this is done by using a magnifying glass only. So there's no iron, you know, some people get the hot irons to do it. They use a magnifying glass and it is created by the sun. And it was incredible. They had a little video on their table showing you the whole process. But look, when you get here, there is the moon, which actually looks like the moon with its little craters and things. And at night, that glows because it's a glow-in-the-dark substance. And I love this as well. There's a little dragonfly charm that's attached to it. It weighs, it's really heavy, but it's absolutely stunning. Even if I lead it all the way back, you kind of get the idea of the size. But really beautiful. And these little drops, do you see these little moon drops like in the moon card? Oh, it's beautiful. Really beautiful. And I couldn't believe that they bought it for me. And they said, well, we wanted you to have a reminder of your trip. A reminder of us and your time in Glastonbury. And every time I look at that, that's exactly what I see. But the process to watch it being done naturally by the sun's rays being magnified onto the wood to scorch it. Vachetta, Tower of the Master. Yeah, it was, I've forgotten again. I said it, didn't I? Ancient Italian. Yes, Toadstool, Robin. Ancient Italian is the same as Soprafina. Although not exactly by detail, but close enough. Oh wow, magnifying glass, yeah, exactly. Stunning piece, beautiful. Speaking of glowing, cross paths, that bag you bought glows in the dark. Just realised last night because I have the same one. A glow in the dark bag. What have I missed? What have I missed out on? I'm thrilled with the two that I've just bought. That must take, so it does, it's a lengthy process. And I think that's probably why they command the price that they do. So yeah, I'm just really fortunate, Simon, maybe you need to put near your window. It's very beautiful. Well, it kind of catches the light because I only get the sun in the afternoon and evening, and it's on this wall and the sun shines in on it, but it glows at night time. A bit like this, which Jessie sent me. I forget what they're called now, but a little meditating guy. He glows like a good one during the night. Really, really does. And like if I hold him in front of a light, which I'll do for, I don't know, 20 seconds or so, I'm not sure you'll see it at the moment effectively because I've got the sun shining in. But look how he glows. Can you see? And that moon glows the same. So it's lovely. Now I have to go back and watch you in Glastonbury with Madwitch and husband. I love them. I do. They're beautiful people. Really, really are lovely, genuine, down-to-earth people. I had a fab day with them. What deck was in the wooden box that was blown up using a magnifying glass and sun? Oh, I don't know. I'm not talking about boxes. I was talking about this moon gazing hair. Oh yeah, so sorry, to answer the question, the significance of the moon gazing hair is just that, you know, the hair is very much one of the Celtic symbols and creatures that is revered. You know, there's also a hair deity, which I've got on my sacred space. But because they don't burrow, they live above ground within the tall grass, they're out. So they, you know, obviously would have been, the only thing to look up at night is the moon and the sun and the stars. The Spirit of the Hair by Karen Cater, 15.99, Haddington Fair website. All the info on Stargazing Hair Associations. Go there. Oh, brilliant. Thank you. I mean, I love my Lunar Moon Hair book, and I read, every time it's a Sabbath, I read that section. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's supposed to be a children's book, but I think it's for all of us, really. Okay, so what else? I'm going to show the inspiration cards because I promised Jonathan, and I keep pulling it off, and I said I'll do it today. But I just wanted to talk about, give you an update on my dominoes. I'm really enjoying working with dominoes each day. These are the ones with the spinners, so you know which way to read it. So the way I got a 4-3 today, and the 4-3 is about authority, and it's about having the conviction to stand up for what's right, you know, and have that sort of determination, particularly about bringing around social change and things like that. So I thought that was very apt. This bag was made for me a couple of years ago, and it's perfect for my tiles. And I'm really enjoying the book, Buckland's Domino Divination. It's not, you know, it's not a heavy read, but there's enough in there. And in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group, I've been talking about the Facebook group a lot today, haven't I? We've been doing an OM each week, and last week was week 20. We do something on the 1st of January each year. Last year we did the, what were they called? Life purpose cards or something like that. And I showed one because there was 52. So I shuffled them on the 1st of January 2019, and then that was the card for the rest of the year. So we're going to do dominoes now, because this will take us to the end of November to get through all of these. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying them. And I've shown the dominoes before. The sound of these ones, these are imitation ivory, because they used to be made out of ivory. And of course that's illegal now. But they actually, you know, the sound of them, gorgeous. I love them. And to read them properly, you do need the ones with the spinners on, because how do you know which way to read them? You know, is that 5-2 or is it 2-5? So I pull them out, I spin them on my table, and whichever way they land, I then turn it over and read it. So yeah, so today is a 4-3. So I've tabbed it all, so I just go to 4. And then I go back, I go to 4-3. So authority. Additional meaning: control, confidence, stability, leadership, power. It gives you numerological associations or values. So it's 3, 4, and 7, obviously. 3, 4, 7. You have the power and authority, but you must learn to stand up and exert what you have, not only for your own sake, but for those around you. So, as I say, it gives you quite a nice bit of text, but it's just another form of divination. I've also got the cards that go with it from bicycle cards. They go up to 9, so I've taken them out. I stop at 6-6, which is the same as my domino set, and the book goes to 6-6 as well. 9s going from 7, 8, and 9 is for professional domino players. What a cool thing. Never knew about reading dominoes. Yeah, it's the same with dice. Somebody mentioned dice the other day, and I've got a bag of dice. And this is a cool book, which is Elemental Divination, a dice oracle. So it tells you at the beginning how to set them up. You do need more than one die. And it's really, really easy to use and quite a fun activity to do. So Elemental Divination, a dice oracle by Stephen Ball. The book's not that expensive. Get yourself some dice. I would get the coloured ones so you can see which is relating to which, because you can read them like air, fire, water, etc., and how to read them. But it sounds complicated, and it's really not. I can follow it quite easily, so it's really not. Are you going to Are you going to weekly display a domino or domino card? I'm going to do both, Robin. So you'll, in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group, I'll show the domino and I'll show the card, and then I'll do my own words. I don't want to plagiarize the book or get into trouble for copyright. So I'll say what the main keyword and some phrases and a general kind of reading for everybody for the week in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group. So that's how I'm planning on doing that. And that will start tomorrow because we've got no more OM left. I was interested, Dice. Thank you for the information. You're welcome. Okay, so, because I do want to finish just after the hour point so we can do this Facebook thing. So Jonathan showed a couple of his inspiration cards by Rockpool Publishing. And I've got 6, and I find them quite useful for different things. So the first ones I want to show are the Buddha wisdom ones. And there's a male and female version. And they're in these tiny little magnetic boxes, but they're really nice and handy. They don't fall out even if you tip them upside down. So the magnet is quite strong on them. So this is Buddha Wisdom Divine Masculine. And this is Buddha Wisdom Divine Feminine. And the feminine version is the Heart of Kuan Yin. And I know a lot of people in our community revere Kuan Yin. And this is the Truth of the Buddha. And they're really lovely. And I have thought about, well, I'll mention that when I get to the doors one, because I've thought about getting an extra set. And when I send out parcels and packages to people, either when I'm doing giveaways or trades or just sending care packages, I like to put a little card or little message in, and I thought these would be perfect for this. The backs aren't brilliant, it's just the same Buddha wisdom on every card, but you get these little gems, either quotes from the Buddha or from some Buddhist text like the Lotus Sutra, etc. So I'll just randomly pull one to give you an example. So the wind cannot shake a mountain, neither praise nor blame moves the wise. So you just have this little thought, and if you grab a little stand, I've got one at the side of me here, I'll show you. Something like one of these, little card stand, have it out on your desk or wherever. You just pull your card and you can sit and have it on display. And it's just a little quote to think about, whether it's a mantra, but isn't that lovely? The wind cannot shake a mountain, neither praise nor blame moves the wise. So nice little quotes. Where can you buy these cards? Amazon. I think I got mine on Amazon, Book Depository. Yeah, but they're by Rockpool Publishing, all of these little decks. Buddha Wisdom, Divine Feminine. I wanted both because I wanted the balance of, and I thought it'd be nice to perhaps pull one from each. So they're lovely to shuffle as well, really easy to shuffle because of the size of them. These are the backs. And this one is, the force of the flowering river causes the flowers and herbs and trees to grow. The sacred wisdom in your heart has magical power for your spiritual growth. Lovely. This one, I've just before I went live, I grabbed from my bedroom. So this, those of you that's been and stayed here, that sounds really bad. Not that you share a bed or anything like that. Before anybody gets the wrong idea, I give up my bedroom, usually when I have a guest, particularly females are staying, I have the couch, but they would have seen that these are next to the bed. And I really love these because little things, but these glow and glitter and they're raised and you can feel them. These are called Sweet Dreams. Tells you on the inside how to use the card, but the whole packaging and everything on these are lovely. And these are the backs, which are gorgeous, these little stars. I have those too. And they're either, you can use them either way, to pull something before you go to sleep. That's why I have them next to my bed. pull one and have a little read of them. Or when you wake up in the morning, the first thing, reach for one, and that kind of sets your day. So it's completely up to you, but they're called Sweet Dreams. So I prefer to pull one before going to sleep. So we've got, let's pull a card. We've got messages. I am receiving powerful messages from my guides right now. I trust my feelings. Wow, I'm receiving powerful messages from my guides right now. I trust my feelings. And isn't that nice to go to sleep thinking that? I think there's something quite comforting with that. So that's nice. Sweet dreams. Making magic. Now, I don't really use these as like pulling as an affirmation or an oracle. I got these to use them as kind of like sigils and things for my sacred space. I'm going to be honest, I used them probably around this time last year, and then they've gone on the shelf and I forgot that I'd got them, which is easy done. What I like about this one is it's the rose petal feel on this box, and the gold on this is beautiful. So it's Manifesting Your Dreams by Princess Moon. Beautiful little box. These are the backs. And there's all sorts in here. So you've got little sigils, love charm. You've got symbols like Mystic Star. You've got Chakure here, look, from those of us who are Reiki attuned will recognize this symbol as Chakure. But this says power symbol, cleanse, purify, protect the physical body. So you can use these for spell work, for craft work. Trinket 5, manifesting money and income. So you've got the Pentacle with the 555. You've got a Goddess card. Great for, as I say, for having on your altar. Sun. The elements. Spirit. Fairy magic. So there, you know, you've got the glyph. Arwen, 3 rays of light. What else? Tree of life. You've got, if you're doing a protection ritual or spell, you've got all of the elements represented, water being one, air, earth, etc. So for earth, it said, ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. So it's a fab deck. I need to leave these out. Remember to use them more on my altar. Labyrinth, I have that on a t-shirt. And that is transition to higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration and enlightenment. You've got the triple moon, and you've got the Triskele, called here the triple spiral, listening to divine wisdom and joyful learning life's lessons. So what's the name of this deck, says Shantadiva? So it's Making Magic. They're really inexpensive as well, less than £10. I think they're about $9.99. But they're little gems, they really are. The first one I ever bought was this one, which is called Whispering Woods. And these are really pretty. I mean, look at the box. The packaging on these are exceptional. Again, you've got how to use the cards on the inside. That's all you need. A little write-up on the back. All by Rockpool Publishing. The only thing is, the backs are always the same. So the same back, a bit like Tarot and Oracle, really. You get the same backs. But these, you just pull a word and a little affirmation, mantra, positive saying. Oh, I've been on an hour, the clock's going. I have none of those, says Naomi. So, let's pull one. Here we have let go. Okay? So let go. Enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. It's beautiful, isn't it? You almost imagine having it in your hand. You've got to cradle it and look after it rather than hold it tight. Reminds me of a little poem I wrote when I was at school. I have a little mouse with ears of pinky white. I can hold him in my hand, but I must not hold him tight. Enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. Okay, so that's that one. Then the final one, and this probably is my favourite. I love this one. This is Divine Doors. I love the concept of this. So this is doors from all over the world, and you go through the door to get your message. Again, how the deck works, nice magnetic box. And they're all different doorways. And this, I'm going to get another one of these so that I can send one out at random to people when I send things. Hi, Tanji. Okay. Really nice and easy to shuffle. This one's jumped. So here's our doorway. So I see these as like portals into knowledge because they give you little gems. So this one is around heart healing, and it says, morning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness, a new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. Really beautiful. I love it. Look at that. Look at that doorway. Oh, portals. And that one is yes. Just yes. Kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and to fly. How poetic. So out of all of them, Divine Doors is my favourite. Billy says, I like the Divine Doors. Juliet says, I fell in love with Divine Doors. My girlfriend and I go around taking pics of unusual doors. Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of that. And you could do your own, couldn't you? You could write your own little quotes or phrases that you found useful. This one's just jumped out to me. This beautiful blue door with a star on it. Look at that. That's the art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. Let your love dance in sight. Who made the doors one? These are all by Rockpool Publishing, as you can see here at the bottom. The artist here is Andreas Engracia. Andreas Engracia. But if you go to anywhere like Amazon or something like that, you'll find them. So they stack nicely on a shelf as well because they're not huge. They're nice little boxes. Sweet Dreams, as I said, will go back into the bedroom. But Divine Doors, I'm going to leave that out as well. I'm going to leave out the Making Magic for my altar. And I'm going to leave out Divine Doors because I'm going to pull one of them again each day, and I'm going to put it in my journal as I'm doing my dominoes and things like that and my daily spreads. All right, so before I wrap up, so next Saturday there will not be a Cuppa Catch-Up and Cards because it is the Tarot Times. So as you know, the Tarot Times has moved to a Saturday to accommodate more people who have said that they can't get to it because of work and things, with it being on a Monday. So the last Saturday of every month, I'm not going to do a Cuppa Catch-Up and Cards, but you'll be able to find us on the Tarot Times channel. Tarot Times channel, that's not easy to say. Elle, I don't know if you're still here and whether you can just drop a link in to the Tarot Times. So it's a collaboration channel between 4 people. So there's myself, Elle, and Becca, and Sandra, who, well, the channel wouldn't exist without Sandra because she's the person who does all the research for us. Decks that are coming out, Kickstarter campaigns that are ending in that particular month. And then the 3 of us do a review of a different deck. So next week we're going to be doing a review of the Shadowlands Tarot because we've all now had a month working with that deck. And we've got a system that we go through, 10 points that we kind of rate it against. And we all, none of us know what we think, what our favourite cards are, what we like, what we don't like. So it's a surprise to you as well as everybody else. Sandra has the choice of whether she wants to buy that deck or not. And if she does, then she joins in with the chat and gives her views, but it's not necessary if she doesn't want to do that. Whereas we feel if we're talking about it, we need to, on camera, we need to be at least have worked with it for a good month to be able to say what we think. Then it's Tarathon. Thank you. I was just going to say that thought thingy. So that's the Saturday. And then I can't believe it's only a week away. And it's going to fly because I'm off work this week and time off work always flies. But Tarathon is Sunday, so a week tomorrow, 10 a.m. Can I suggest as well, if you haven't already, hop over to Christine and Celeste's channel, because she put a video up yesterday, a 30-minute, and she's talking in the majority about her section, but she's also gone through everybody's section and talked about what people are going to be doing, and that was really kind, and I really appreciated it. So do check out Christine and Celeste, the channel. And also on my channel, there's the video showing the times. Everything is in UK time. 10 a.m, just to get this right, because we got very confused last night in Becca's chat. 10 a.m. is the UK time when it starts, next Sunday, the 31st of May, which is 5 a.m. Eastern time and 2 a.m. Pacific time. If you are in the States, you can work out from that where, if you're central, then it's going to be 4 a.m, etc. I can't really give you the Australian, New Zealand time because that is so broad. It's anything from 8 hours to 11 hours or what have you. But I believe the worst is 11. The biggest difference is 11. So if that's the case, it'll be 9 p.m. when it would start on the Sunday. And we finish, Tarathon finishes in Australia, other than my thanking and summing up for the last hour. Christine is wonderful. She is wonderful. Love her to bits. And she's been involved all 3 years, and her sections are always great, always great. So I know what we're getting. Anything else I want to mention? The only other thing is, I bought these earlier. I don't know how many people are into aromatherapy, but I've always had essential oils. My sister used to do it as a business. She used to have a franchise called Lakisma, and she got me into essential oils. And I remember she bought me this case, and I think the value of it was around £300 because there was all different oils, every type of essential oil. And I've always used them in terms of, I'll be their friend at 5 a.m. Yeah, Jilly always gets up really early, and it amazes me. Many of us are going to try and do the full 24 hours, but there's no obligation. If you can't, you can't, and you will be able to watch them back. But I think I mentioned before, the lovely Kathy Kerr sent me one of these roller balls, and I love this. This is Simon and Frank, because I played Frankenfurter, so it's quite apt. But it's for me that she made it for. And it's got frankincense in it. You can put it on your pulse points. Oh, it smells lovely. But this one, these are from a shop in the UK called Holland & Barrett. And it was quite expensive. Well, I don't know. It's £12. But you get 3 roller balls in here. But they're for relaxation. And there's different brands. There's one for sleep time and stuff like that. But they're really lovely. It's simple steps to feel your best. And I know a lot of people are struggling at the moment. I've had many messages about people who are finding it hard to relax. They're feeling quite anxious. And I've been going through that more so as we're coming towards the tail end of lockdown. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but I thought I'd give these a try. So there's 3. One is Mind Clear, which is that one. And that has peppermint, lavender and lemon. Allows you to declutter your mind and find clarity. The second one here is Inner Harmony, and that is a blend of frankincense, I love frankincense, and geranium, and it brings a sense of balance and a moment of centeredness. Is that? Oh no, contentment. Sorry, the writing is tiny. And then the last one is total de-stress. That's going to be my go-to. And that is a blend of geranium, orange, and nutmeg. Oh, that's going to smell heavenly. Helps you to slow things down and to breathe. So, yeah, and when I get stressed, I go one of two ways. I either go very hyper, because I have ADD and I tend to go quite hyper sometimes, or I go very inward. When I'm experiencing that sort of, Julie described it on her channel the other night about the bottom of your world falling out and you feel like you've got nothing to hold on to. I kind of get what she meant when she mentioned that. And it's that sort of trying to hold on to something because things are changing around you. And for me, it's kind of like a knot in the pit of my stomach. And when I experience that, I shut down and I go within myself and I go very quiet. And those who know me well always know that there's something on my mind because I go very, very quiet. But I just thought these would be really good. These little rollerball essential oils. And I don't know if anybody else uses essential oils in that way. But if you do, leave your comments below. I'd love to hear some blends and things that you find really help in just keeping calm, de-stressing, being able to breathe, and just, you know, that sort of relaxation and bringing you back into that sort of feeling centered and grounded. Billy says, I understand that. Be in a jar trying to fix everything, or gravity turns off and you can't do anything. Yeah, I get it too. I'm going to look into making my own. I've got some base oil and I've got a drawer full, literally a drawer full of essential oils. And I like to burn them, and I like to burn them in the bedroom, particularly lavender in the bedroom for sleep. And I've also got, you know, an electric oil burner as well. So you don't have to keep using tea lights. All right, so let's pull a card. It is past. I will go into the Hermit's Cave live chat for probably just 15 minutes before I do dinner, just so we can see how it works. And don't worry, don't be shy, you know, we're not going to bite. I might be there on my own. Don't leave me in there on my own. Do come and say hello. But I just want to see, you know, how it works and what will happen if there is 50 people in there and everybody's talking. I can't imagine that would be the case. I'll join you there, Simon. Hello, Dan. How long you been here? Elaine says, thank you for CC&C today, Simon. It was lovely to manage to catch you on a Saturday. I'll pop in too. Oh, lovely. Great. And I'm glad you've been able to join us. Have you been here all the way through? Yes, because I said hello to you at the beginning, didn't I? All right. A card for the week ahead. Oh, we have the Seven of Pentacles. It's time to evaluate. It's time to, you know, take a little step back and look at what you've achieved before rushing headlong into a new venture. This is the card that's about seeing the fruits of our labours, appreciating that has manifested because of our hard work, gut and determination. But also the Seven of Pentacles tells us to perhaps just reflect now. As you can see here, you know, it's very much about thinking about what it was that we wanted to achieve, recognizing the journey so far and the fact that we're starting to see the rewards of our hard work. But also, before we continue, because a lot of the times we we achieve something, don't we? So, well, I've done that, and that's great. Now I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna go with that. That's great. But the Seven of Pentacles tells us to pause, reflect, appreciate what we've got, what we've achieved, and then think about having a strategy. If you can hear that clicking, that's my slow cooker, the lid on my slow cooker. I've got a gammon in there. It's been in there since 10:15 this morning. So it's been in there for 7 hours so far. But yeah, think about having a strategy of going forward. Don't rush in. And, you know, just because we've achieved something through hard work and determination, let's remember what it took to get to the point we're at now. And it's great to always be setting goals and targets and dreams for us to focus on and keep going forward. But actually, you know, what manifests very seldom comes about easily. It's usually after a long period, as I said, of hard work, blood, sweat, tears. And, you know, we sometimes forget that when we achieve something and we think, right, on to the next thing. It's good to have that, but strategize, keep making sure that you've dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's. Anything else? The only thing else I would say, 7 is about new growth, isn't it? The number 7. So with 5, we have that disruption that comes in with our 5s. If you think of the minors, those 5s, it's about disruption to something. And then the 6 is that settling down period. But then from the 6, we go into 7, which is about new growth. So it's perfect with this. And if we're thinking about what Pentacles represents, Earth, that's things like our careers, our home life, our finances, and things like that. So just, yeah, make sure that we're planning, because we're about to go. We're about to go on that new journey. We're about to grow again after this period of reflection, introspection, appreciating what we've already got. So, what a great card for our week. Yeah. All right. So, have I covered everything? Yes. I will be back on Monday for Quantum Stream, where I'll be talking about my backup decks. And as I said, next week, Tarot Times, Saturday, same time, 4 p.m. And Tarathon on the Sunday. So excited. Really am excited. All right, guys. I will see you in a few minutes in the Hermit's Cave. If you're in there and you want to join, then do come in. We won't bite, but it would just be nice to see people. And yeah, take care. Enjoy your weekend wherever you are and whatever you're doing. But be sure to stay safe and be kind to yourselves. Until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.